Hi there, I'm Beth from the West Dallas Public Library, and welcome back to another Let's Go on Vacation book club. We are on episode 5, the final episode of our Where is the Eiffel Tower trip. So we are on chapter 8, Can You Imagine? Ever since the tower opened, people have looked up and thought about possibilities. Some were silly, some were profound. How fast can I run to the top? Is it possible to ride down on a bicycle? How would it feel to parachute off of something so high? Can I make it all the way up the iron girders? Should I climb this way? That way? How would it feel to fly around or under it? And most important, if Gustav Eiffel could create something like this, then what can I do? Sylvain Dornan, a French baker, climbed his way to fame. On September 9, 1891, he worked his way up 347 steps to the tower's first level on stilts. In 1901, a man named Alberto Santos Dumont decided to become the first person to fly all the way around the tower. Planes had not yet been invented. It would be 2 years before Orville and Wilbur Wright's first powered flight. Santos Dumont flew in a hot air balloon and won a prize of 100,000 French francs from a rich businessman. As time passed, the stunts grew more dangerous. Too many failed, so laws were made. No jumping allowed. No flying near the tower. No climbing the metal pieces. Did that stop the daredevils? Nope. In 1912, a tailor designed and created a thick parachute suit that he hoped would save pilots if they fell or jumped from planes. He climbed the tower and jumped. It didn't work, and he died. In 1923, a Paris journalist rode his bike down the tower staircase. He survived and was arrested at the bottom. As aviation advanced, several pilots flew small planes between the tower's legs. In 1987, a man from New Zealand bungee jumped from the second floor. But perhaps the most famous daredevil of all was Philippe Petit, a world-class tightrope walker. On August 26, 1989, Petit stretched a 2,300-foot cable from the right bank of the Seine River to the second level of the Eiffel Tower on the left bank. Philippe had been invited to perform his act by French President Jacques Chirac to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the French Republic. As thousands of spectators on both sides of the river watched, he walked the cable. He was dressed in a red, green, and yellow skin-tight suit. He carried a long pole to balance himself. At the end of the walk, he stepped onto the tower and he was greeted by President Chirac. So there's a picture of him tightrope walking. Chapter 9, The Tower Today. Gustav Eiffel's tower still stands proudly beside the Seine River. His dream to create a structure that would remain forever has come true. It is considered one of the most important landmarks in Paris and one of the world's greatest buildings. Gustav died at his home in Paris on December 27, 1923. He was listening to a recording of Beethoven's Symphony No. 5. He was 91 years old. Much of his long life was spent in his tower. He conducted experiments with metal, wind, flight, weather, and radio waves, and he checked to make sure that all was well with his most beloved building. The Eiffel Tower is no longer the tallest structure in the world. In 1930, the Chrysler Building in New York City took over that record. Even taller buildings followed. But few structures can match Gustave Eiffel's wrought iron masterpiece for creativity. Night after night, the Iron Lady, as the tower is often called, continues to shine in Paris. Almost 7 million people visit each year, more than any other monument in the world. 3 out of 4 come from countries other than France. Some climb the steps all the way to the top. Others ride the glass elevators. A few call the tower ugly, but most disagree. They use words like original, unusual, brilliant, elegant, a dancing wonder, a magical masterpiece. If you were there, how would you get to the top? Would you take the stairs or the elevator? I think I would take the elevator. The Eiffel Tower is not exactly the same as it was in 1889. The elevators are faster and more efficient. There are more shops and restaurants, and the tower is no longer red. Painters use a bronze color now. In 1981, the tower was in need of a major reconstruction. It was almost 100 years old. Newer and heavier equipment, restaurants, shops, and antennas had been added over the years. The excess weight was causing problems. The tower was made 100 tons lighter. Many of the earlier heavy ornaments and decorations were removed, and new, lighter materials were used. Elevators and staircases were updated. Security measures were installed. In 2014, a new, lighter, illuminated glass first floor was added. It's a big hit with visitors. So that floor is, you can see down, like it's a glass floor, so if you look down, you see the ground. Gustave Eiffel's original office has been restored. Visitors can see wax models of Gustave and Thomas Edison, along with the phonograph that Edison brought as a gift. Visitors can choose between fine dining, restaurants, bars, or buffets serving snacks and sandwiches. They can buy postcards and other souvenirs in the shops. In winter, visitors can even skate on a temporary rink. What makes the Eiffel Tower so exciting has not changed. From the top, people still look down in wonder on the beautiful city of Paris. The lit-up tower can still be seen from all over the city. In 1889, hundreds of gas lamps made it shine. Today, 20,000 light bulbs twinkle for 5 minutes every hour on the hour each night. On special occasions, lights are coordinated with music, and the tower seems to be dancing. At times, the whole tower shines blue, white, and red, the colors of the French flag. It has been almost 130 years since Gustave first attached a French flag to the top of his newly opened creation. It was supposed to be torn down 20 years later, but it is still there today, standing tall, welcoming visitors from all over the world. The end. Okay, well, for this one, I'm gonna post some videos in the comments below with a video of the light show they do on the Eiffel Tower sometimes, and maybe I'll throw a couple other things in there too. Well, thank you for watching and joining me on our trip to the Eiffel Tower in Paris, France. And join us next week when we visit a new place. We'll wait and see where that is. I have to see what trips I can plan, but it should be a lot of fun. So join me Monday at 7 o'clock for a brand new vacation in the Let's Go on Vacation book club. Bye.